See if notifications go out. It's late, I know. Hey, check one. Alright, get the volume down. Go to live chat. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but if you click on those settings there, you make sure you want it on live chat, not talk chat. Kind of need another stand there. Another squint. I got the acoustic BC Rich tonight. We're not playing a whole lot. Hey, it's actually in tune. Get some people in here. We'll do some shout outs and then we'll get on the subject. We've actually got a little bit of a serious video tonight. It's been kind of a rough week for me. For us, for the family. For me especially. But it's time to get back to work. Okay. Alrighty, we've got TJ Jones, Michael Dow, what's up? Daniel Adami, Big Rig CEO. I'm going to talk to you in a second. About you for a second. Thomas Wilson, what's up? Don Schonger, Marty, Little Viking Coach, Robert Daniel, good evening. Play some blues. This may not be your genre, but how do you feel about Roy Buchanan? I know nothing of who that is. Pale Rider TV, just got in from races. Raced my vet this weekend. Nice. Trying to be like old Provost there. What's the word? Twitch 5K. I got that right? Or SK, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on, so. Greetings, Snorelord, says John Dollarhite. I hope you guys enjoyed Pale Rider's live feed Friday night. We discussed the CB radio thing. But also, you need to check out Big Rig CEO's video. He just did. I missed half his live feed, but I caught most of it. He did a live feed tonight. He was talking about. He's talking about a few serious things. So let's talk about that. Clapton and Hendrix called him the greatest guitar player ever. Well, I'll have to check it out. Michael Dow, you've got my number. Text me a link to one of his. Something that I would like. That Ninja, what's up? Contact your inner BB King. I've got to pull the engine out and rebuild it when I home that. Thomas, did you blow the engine in your vet? Are you kidding me? Wish I had that kind of income. Thomas Wilson, I swear. that doesn't crack me up. I'm very concerned for you, Thomas. Played a little bit too hard, right? Your turbo over short haul video was shizzly. You like that, TJ? Juan Avalos, what's up, man? Over texting so Steven that icy breath that whispers screams of pain. How do you I'm glad you guys, it's weird that most of the time my music videos don't do too good. And I've always wanted to do one to that song, because that's a good driving song, right? Eating Snorelord, can I have an answer to the age-old paradox of whether or not the glass is half empty or half full? We can get to that, Alexander. Remind me. Well, no, we'll tackle that right now, and then we're going to get into talk about trucks, talk about what's next for the Snorelord, both on YouTube and in the trucking universe. All right, so we'll put this down for a minute. So I don't want to get distracted. No distractions. I'm easily ADHD, ADD, whatever, however you want to say it. Let's see. We got TJ says the song was perfect with what you did. I'm a huge fan of Priest. Awesome. Have you heard Tony Emmanuel, Michael Dow? Okay, we're talking Michael Dow. 2022 Next Generation T680. Oh man, so Big Rig CO was talking about this, and a mutual friend of ours just had something major, and this is what a lot of people don't realize when you become an owner operator. You know, Big Rig CO, we're going to call him James because that's his name. He once said, you don't throw a $100,000 truck at a $10,000 problem, okay? However, here's the problem. So in the scenario that Big Rig CEO talks about, you have a person that just did let's say this is hypothetical now because I don't want to, we got to change the names of the innocent, right? Change the names in the story a little bit. Let's say you do a rebuild on the rears. That's about $6,000. Then before you can recoup your one box and your Freightliner goes out. Because that's a Freightliner. And then I'm going to pay for that one. I know. Knock on wood, that's $17,000. Okay. And then within a week, you have an in-frame or an engine rebuild that has to happen. So now, and you still owe about $30,000 on the truck. So now you're $80,000 into a truck that's worth $20,000. Now, I know that James Best likes to argue about just change everything out, right? Which is a good look. Here's where that comes in handy, I think. Number one, if you're a mechanic, you can do some of the work yourself, okay? Number two, if the stuff happens, like if I go through my rears next year and then 6 months later I need, new injectors, and then 6 months later, then, a new DPF system, you see what I mean? It spaces it out. But as Big Rig CEO pointed out, he and I had a long conversation today about what was happening to our friend, and he legitimately asked me, what would I do? And that's a tough decision because I have a paid off truck, right? And I know for a fact that if I bring my truck into Kenworth right now, they're going to give me $20,000 if I'm lucky for that truck. And if I put 60,000 or 40,000 into it, when am I going to get another year before I need to put another, 20,000 into it? The point is these trucks are money pits. The industry knows it. The mega carriers know it. The factories know it. The manufacturers know it. Okay. So if I own 10 trucks, I could do let's say I own a 10 truck company. I could do one of two things. I could buy trucks. I could buy 10 trucks at once at a discounted price and trade them in every 400,000 miles. Sound familiar, you company drivers? Sound familiar? Transland, where James and I both worked at, Big Rig CEO and I both worked at, and they traded their trucks in every 400,000 miles, 450. And when they got to the 380 mark, they would put them on the short haul division, which was, Monday through Thursday, kind of like how I work now. And then once the warranties were up, they get traded in. Okay. Now, the other option is to lease, which you're still trading the truck in every 3 or 4 to 5 years, right? And what that does is, if you take the math, okay, if you take the math, my payments last year was $1,585.49 a month, okay, times 12. That's $19,025.88 a year. Add the 20 grand that I put in on maintenance and repair plus 20. Add that together. That truck cost me $39,025. Okay. Now, you can argue, well, you're not going to have to do the same repairs you did last year, Steve. But au contraire, right? New rears, new injectors would still total that $20,000 for the next year. I didn't change those out last year, right? So you divide that number by 12. That's your monthly payment. What's my monthly payment right there? $32.52. Now, if I can get into a truck for $24,000 a month, oops, no, $2,400 a month, $2,400 a month minus $2,400, and I got a killer warranty, that saves me $852 a month. Okay. If you add up 800 times that by 12, that's a savings of $10,225. Now, I've been in this position before. My truck reached $40,000 one year, combining payments and repair. And that's when I got Mean Green, right? Not only did my payments go down, my fuel mileage went up, and I had warranty, although I never utilized that warranty. And so whether you're a small carrier or a big carrier, the trick, the manipulation tool, is you could save yourself anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a month by utilizing the warranty. So as long as you can make that truck payment, if you're down, you're golden. But what is the deciding factor of when you decide to do that? Unfortunately, our friend is making that decision forcibly. He's going to have to do something in order to stay in business. And face it, a lot of us, I had a hater that told me one time on one of my videos, that I was one breakdown from going out of business. That's not true, but 3 or 4, that's true. Because as Big Rig CEO pointed out to me today, I don't know if he pointed out in this video because I didn't watch all of it. Let's say I kick ass and take names, and I could put 30,000 in the bank, right? Boom, it's gone with 2 repairs, right? If not 3. Remember, I hit 20 grand last year on just repair and maintenance alone. That's not including the trailer. That's not including tires. Okay. And I don't put 100,000 miles on my truck a year. I don't. Now, If I get a new truck, I might have to start. But, it's an illusion, right? I've got a paid off truck, but what's the illusion? That I have more money in the bank? Well, that money's gone. And I'm already at $5,000 this year. In January, I had a $5,000 repair. See? Let's see here. The 2022 Next Generation 680. I think I've already read that. Scott has asked me about retirement because he's a smart ass. Why spend that kind of money? Go find a newer truck, better fuel mileage. Right, Thomas? Math is hard. Good evening, John. Thomas Wilson, leaf spring bushings, rear torque, rod bushings. And Cascade just spent $10,000 on his latest repair. Chuck for life, hello. Marty, Cascade, Les, what's up? A friend of mine said to me when I had to fold my authority, buy a $30,000 truck and drive it till the wheels fall off, then scrap it for $7,000 and get another one. He has been doing it for over 30 years now. Michael Dow, look, there's an aspect of that I like. Here's the problem with that. In my opinion, okay, this is not fact. This is just my opinion. Michael Dow, you can answer this question. Is your friend mechanically inclined? That's number one. Number two, are these pre-emission trucks that he's able to do this with? If so, that's a different story. That's a different ballgame. Okay? If I trade my truck in now and I can get $20,000 for it versus $7,000 as a scrap metal, I think I would do better that way. Little Vine Coach. Hey, I'm all about that. I've already seen the benefits financially of a new truck loaded up with warranty. My KW would have put me under. Steve Berger hits it on the head right there. Steve Berger, which I'm happy to see you, Steve. Haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. And that's my fault. Forgive me. Steve Berger had the same exact truck I do. He had a few more problems with his than I do. He's got a lot more riding on his truck working than I do. He's the sole breadwinner, and or at one time he was, and he couldn't mess around. He couldn't mess around. And if anybody knows Steve Berger personally on a personal level, you know that he's a hard worker. He's not a very happy person, but he's a hard worker, provides for his family. And that yellow Kenworth that he had just absolutely beat the hell. It beat the will to live out of him. Trust me. I've talked him off the ledge so many times with that because of that truck. Now I had, knock on wood, better luck with my truck than he did. Even though our VIN numbers aren't too far off. Same series, same X Prime trucks, He gets himself a new Volvo. I believe he bought a pink one. So if you see a pink truck driving a Schneider trailer, that's Steve Berger. And he is kicking butt and taking names. He puts away $1,200 a month, and in 2 years he can always buy another truck. He says it's a lot less stress. Trucks are always going to cost you money. He says take the easiest road possible. 2 repairs, 13.5, says Cascade. I think we might forget that new peak performing parts tend to accelerate the wearing out of already used parts that they interact with. So one part repair and replacement could just lead to another. That's called nickel and diming, Alexander. And I wholeheartedly believe with you on that. Believe between trailer and truck, I'm up to $10,000. Are you still doing safety at Like Trucking? Yes. Some pre-emission, some post-emission. I'm good. Everybody's talking about Les and his mom. I do mine, just not when it's negative 26 degrees like it was. New truck is better, warranty and mileage. I remember that truck video, brutal honesty. Pink. It's neon purple with pink polka dots. Hold on a second. Hello. Hey, what's up? All right, we're back. Sorry, got that. Somebody asked me if I was still safety. I had to answer. I had to answer a call there. Let's see. First light truck and safety. How not to break your ankle. That's a good one, little Viking coach. Rick says start over. Nomadic Brit. How's it going? I folded in November 2018. I'm further away from getting it back than ever before. I'm 51. I don't know if I'll ever get back to the top or at this stage if it's even worth it. That's completely up to you, Michael Dow. I bought a new Volvo last year. My new Volvo is the best decision I could have made. So there you go, Burger. Burger is proof of what I'm talking about. I'm buying a second truck so I can flip flop between the two trucks, says Marty. So anyways, we're back. Um, so that weighs heavily on my mind because I could easily be James's friend that is having that issue because I've had extremely, knock on wood, good luck with this truck. Despite that, it's been 20 grand last year. But I don't know. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy, and that's one of the reasons why I stay short haul because I'm afraid of that big breakdown in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona. A couple of thousand miles away, so or 1,200 miles away, I guess. But the truck fuel mileage is going down. Um, mechanical parts are starting to show their age, and to be honest with you, I think that for my business to survive, I think I need to head that direction. And this isn't clickbait. I know Big Rick CEO made fun of me because I always do the whole I'm truck shopping clickbait thing. If I get a new truck, it'll be I'm not going to take it through every step, like per se. I'm not going to do clickbait. Because buying a truck is a huge pain in the butt. Anybody who's ever done it know what I'm talking about, and that's one of the things I'm dreading. Um, but I have to talk it over with the real business partner. That's my wife, and and also James DeJong, Big Rick CEO, said something very profound to me. And he said it in his video, and Provost has told me this too. What are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Because I'm on the fence whether I want to do this for another 5 years, right? And I have to be under a 5 year note. I'm not going to do a 7 year note. I'm not going to get a truck note that takes me beyond the payments, beyond the warranty, right? Because here's where a lot of people run into problems. When you have a high truck payment with no warranty, that's a problem. because that will put you under. Easily put you under. And you need about 3 good years on a 5-year note to not be upside down in that truck. Regardless. So if I, so I look at it this way. If I buy a new truck and I keep my payments manageable, then I at least got 3 years. And I think I've got 3 years left, because as much as like trucking wants to grow, I don't think I'll be in the office completely, like, because Jeff has a certain number that we have to be before I can do that completely. And I don't know, I'd like to, I don't know, I just feel like a new truck might be the route I'm going to go. Reading some comments here. Sorry, Steve, got to go to bed. 309 per mile to South Carolina. Good deal, man. That's a good load there. I'm closing on a truck the 22nd of this month. Going to run IC. If there's any Schneider guys who want to help a newbie out, I'll take all the advice I can get. Twitch, definitely talk to Big Rick CO can help you out. GNC Family Trucking can help you out. If he shows up in here, he's got a channel as well. Reach out to him. Greg Rolls on YouTube says Big Rick CO. Thomas, be nice. He just wants advice from the people that run the Schneider program. So don't judge. Twin Truckers, what's up? Can you put 25% down? That's going to be the key factor, because at the time that, look, I actually looked at a Volvo last February, a year ago. Actually, it was around March, I think. Anyway, either way, COVID world had hit. Truck sales were at a minimum, and I could have gotten into a new Volvo like Provost's for about 145. It was very tempting, but I still owed about 18 on my truck. So it'd be like trying to get in that truck, no money down, and I don't think that was possible at that time, because I've played that game before. When I traded my Peterbilt in, I originally wanted a new truck. The problem was that they wanted an additional 10 grand plus my trade-in, because they gave me 15 for my trade-in, and 5 of it went to pay off the old truck, because I still had like 6 months left or something like that. And then so basically 10 down, right? But the dealer did tell me that if I paid 2 years on this truck, no problems, I could probably get into a new truck, no money down. The problem with getting in a new truck, no money down, is the payments are going to be outrageously higher. I don't want $3,200 a month truck note. I want a $2,200 a month truck note, and I don't know what it'll take to do that. So I've got some research if I'm going to go that route, because what I was getting at before the phone rang was Big Rick CO did it best. It's like Karate Kid, right? Mr. Miyagi said you either karate here or karate here. Karate in the middle, you get squished, right? Karate here or no karate here. Well, trucking's kind of that way too. I'm either a trucker or I'm not. If I'm so-so, now I could be so-so with the new truck, but I would definitely need a lot more money down to be able to do that. But, you could borrow from yourself on your retirement, form a shell corp. I know, Thomas, you were talking about that to me. Can I interest you in a 1-year-old Volvo? I'll give you a good deal, $10 million. That's a little high there, Mr. Berger. Is a T680 your first choice? Marty, that's a good question. Try $4,400 a month truck note, which most of the SFI guys are running. Smoothly, I almost went that route back when I was at Schneider, but I'm glad I didn't, because of the way I run. I'm not a guy that's going to do 150,000 miles a year. I'm not a guy that's going to stay out 300 days a year. I mean, I'm just not, Do I got to work more than I am? Yes, absolutely. But there's a lot going on here at home, which I have not shared with you guys, nor will I. Some of my personal friends know what I'm talking about. Um, because I don't want sympathy, and I don't want, oh, you poor Steve. I don't want that, because that's not what I'm after. I'm taking care of stuff, but it's time for me to get to work, and things are just going to have to take care. I'm getting some help finally, and we're just, the next 6 months are going to be very demanding in my personal life. So, and that's where my short runs and the extra safety pay come in handy. However, the truck, if it has two major breakdowns this year, that'll be it for me. So I need to kind of kick it up a gear. I mean, I've always been honest with you guys. I need to kick it up a gear because things are starting to fall behind a little bit, and a lot of that's me, and a lot of it's the truck. So I can fix me, but can I fix my truck? And so the other thing that gives me anxiety is, what if I get a new truck and it doesn't solve problems? It doesn't solve the whole, down for a month problem that I might have. That will be a problem. So nobody needs to make $3,200 a month payments. Hey man, money has to go towards fuel on the road, food, and repairs, not to mention keeping the lights on back at the fort. That's true. Me neither. I work like 3 days a week and pay 4,400 a month. Everything else is paid off though, right? On a bank loan of 50K, 42 months at 10% is $1,400 to $1,500 a month on a used truck. That's true. That's what I did with this truck. Um, GNC, what's up, Chucky? I've been on all sides. Did the SFI lease, had used, now have new. The best way I've gone is new and loaded up with warranty, but I don't regret my SFI lease. It teaches you a whole lot. It does. Low Mountain, 2750, 17,000 down, 5 years. Uh, Dave, that's what James was telling me too. That's a little bit more down than I want, and I don't think a Low Mountain will take my truck in as trade. Not to mention, I've got to deal with. I'd rather deal with a local dealership. So, and there's some good dealerships here. Definitely not going with the Freightliner. It's going to be either Kenworth or Volvo. That's it. Those are the only two choices. Maybe a Mack, but when I stepped in the Mack, it reminded me of the old school Volvo 670s. Um, and I don't know. I don't think that truck's comfortable enough for me. But Steve, you're home every weekend. You don't have to live in the truck. But maybe I want to be in the truck a little bit longer. So, Pigtail, what's up? Be careful with Low Mountain. Well, the problem with Low Mountain, and this is from some of the research and from what some people have told me, is that you have to have that 17,000 down, but you also have to show an additional large number of money in the bank. And if that's a lot of money, you might as well go to the dealership, get a better deal. Not to mention my truck does have some trade-in value. Even if I can get 15 for it, and that's enough for a down payment for, I could put another 5 if I have to. So I can put 20% down on a $120,000 truck. Credit union are the best to deal with. I've been in mine since 1986. So Kenworth is the world's best, says Marty. So Pigtail, I think I said hi to you. 780 or newer 860 Volvo or new 860 Volvo. And Pigtail, he knows that from experience from the trucks he's got access to. So, it look, we can debate brands, we can do all that, but Big Rick CEO brought up a good point, and I've lived it. Not to the extent of our friend of 3 huge repairs at once, but you got to realize that these mega carriers do the things that they do for a reason. They minimize their maintenance and repair bills by utilizing that warranty. Once the warranty's up, Go on to the next thing. Unfortunately, that's the sad state of our industry. You can drive an old truck. You can pay off a truck like I did. Well, what good is my paid off truck if it's going to cost me 30 grand this year? So it's not paid off, is it? I can either pay it off, or I can either have a paid off truck and risk a $30,000, time bomb, or I can be, I'll know I'll have $20,000 in maintenance, or I'm sorry, in payments, for next, 5 years. So it just depends. And I know that James Best will watch this in the morning and yell at me because he has a different philosophy on this. But there's a reason why you don't see the most successful people driving beat up used equipment. So on the normal. Thomas Wilson says, Steve, 860 Volvo's too heavy. Yes, I've thought about that, Thomas. Especially with the loads that I run a lot. I was forced on portable scales in Alabama. Have you ever drove a Volvo engine? Yes, Marty, I have. The only truck that I have not driven is a Mack and a Western Star. I drove a Freightliner day cab for a second because my truck was in the shop. But it's always been Cummins and PACCAR. That's those in the Volvo engine. I have a history with Volvo. I have a history with Kenworth, and I have a history with Peterbilt. I've been in two Peterbilts. I'm company driver. We have Volvo trucks, good trucks, just too many sensors that go bad. That seems to be all the trucks though, Mike. Shameless self promotion. Yep. Pale Rider. He always makes fun of them Alabama people, and they finally got him back today. So depth sensor issues with Volvo, but inside is comfy, says Pigtail. It's in the video, Thomas. Look, Provost has told me the warranty stuff, and Berger can tell me the warranty stuff that they've had happen, that they've had repaired. Can you touch on the age-old topic of going fast and burning fuel to get another load quicker versus slowing down to maximize fuel and saving money? Oh, one. Let me count the ways. Depends on what you're getting paid for each load. It depends on. To me, I think that my truck has lasted as long as it has because I don't run the crap out of it. I'm not running 75 everywhere. It's the wear and tear, one. It's the wear and tear. It's all about the net. And what good's that? Okay, so let's say you do one extra load that gives you another $500 a month. Okay. So we're going to do math again. So 500 times 12 is $6,000. I guarantee you're going to burn up that 6,000 in tires, brakes, and/or worn shocks or fuel mileage. So nice and easy. My CDL instructor, nice and easy. That's what he used to say. He uses big black dude. He used to talk real deep, like nice and easy, like very white, right? Level. And his he was a tanker driver, so he had to, you brake easy, you accelerate easy, you do everything easy, no sudden movements, nice and easy. And that's kind of how you got to go through life. If you're having to run 3,600 miles a week and go, 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 that's eventually going to catch up to you. Your truck's going to be worn out, your brain's going to be worn out, your relationships are going to be worn out, and you're going to just be sick of it. You're going to burn out. I know that for a fact because I've been there, I've done that, and I know people that are not driving anymore because of that. So sell the house, buy a 156. Oh yeah, and then I'll be down to like 30,000 pound loads. Slow down typically, right? I've gotten myself to the point where I can do a 3 to 4 year turn like the big guys. Always have a payment, but repairs are covered. Burger, I think that's what I think that's what needs to be my next goal, right? Dice Man, what's up, man? How you doing? Don't overthink it. They all have their issues, and you'll always be paying money to run a truck, new or used. That's true. Let's see. Let's just talk about Pale Rider and the scales. Extra load in this market is a minimum of 1,000 to 1,500. GNC said it perfect. That's true. Overtax, I've been talking with engineers at Kenworth and Bolt Industries and ARI. 100 inch is the largest I can go and still fulfill contract weight obligations. That go, go, go mentality is part what made Run Hard Get Paid quit trucking. Alexander, I agree with that. Pigtail Burger is right. Look, I like being a truck driver. I do find myself a little bit more jaded than I was even like 3 years ago. And I think the COVID world and the new regulations and I don't know, just the spirit is has dwindled a little bit. I guess it's because I got more of a business mindset and I see like the aspects of our industry business wise and how manipulative and how just life draining they can be. So it takes a lot of the fun out of driving. But with the way these new trucks are, like I'm telling you, the new Volvo that Provost has, I love that truck. I love sitting inside, hanging out in it with him. And it's like a motorhome. It's like, man, I could easily stay out 3 weeks at a time in this truck. Um, Look, I like my 680, and I wouldn't hesitate to get another one. Um, but my problem is commitment, and a lot of times I question myself, but I have to kind of crap or get off the pot kind of a deal. And I don't have any other backup plans. I don't have a plan to get out of truck. You know, the safety position at like trucking, that's not enough to pay all my bills. So and it won't be until he's up to, I don't know, I think 30 trucks. And even then, you know, how long is that going to last? Especially with these new regulations coming down that might affect independent contractors. So insurance will go up. So there's that. So if it was just me, I'll run the truck at 90, but if I have a teammate, I'll run it at 65. There's no reason why you should be running a truck at 90 miles an hour, Marty. And then there's an additional reason why you shouldn't admit that on YouTube. Dice Man, I don't know. We're trying to decide. I'm thinking out loud. I'm using YouTube as an echo chamber or soapbox slash, what should I do kind of thing. We all might be looking for a job once companies go away from just in time to warehousing large quantities of products again in all cities. Thomas, I agree with you on that. Just in time is going away. People are warehousing and warehousing. I just spent last weekend running loads of putting one product in this huge warehouse. And there's 30 of these loads a week doing this. Don't run your truck into the ground with the pick and drop time set for us on the spot. It doesn't make much sense to run, right? I know a guy that has a Volvo. Your OIDA buddies asked the government for governors on trucks. I know a guy too, Dice, man. What up, Snorelord? Day cab gear jammer. Most tires are not rated to run. Yeah, that's the other thing. Tires are rated for what? It's either 65 or 70. 70, you're pushing it. But would you get one with the Cummins or would you stay with the current engine? One, that's a good question. There are pros and cons of each engine. At this point, you say, well, PACCAR, I got to take it to a dealer. Well, guess what? if you're doing warranty work, you got to take it to a dealer anyways. So I don't know. It would just depend. If getting a Packer engine saves me 20 grand on the sticker price, then I might have to go that route. So 74, 76 on my steers. My Michelins are only rated at 75. So yeah, you don't want to be flying. Now, so that's kind of where I'm at on the truck. So we got to make some decisions. I feel I need to make them soon because I get nervous every time I get in the truck. Not because there's anything unsafe. I mean, I'll pass the DOT inspection tomorrow if I have to, but metal wears out, plastic wears out, sensors wear out, and I definitely put a lot more money into that truck last year. And even though I only ran 70,000 miles, that's the thing. If I was running 160,000 or 120,000 miles a year, we'd probably be having a different conversation. I'd probably be inside of a new truck right now talking to you from the road, right? Or talking to you about my old career in trucking that I used to have. I don't think the savings is that significant with the Packard, but it will be cheaper. Cascade says no on the truck. The article was in Transport Topics that OIDA asked again for the government to. I thought it was the ATA. I thought OIDA was fighting it. You know, the problem with more regulations, they hurt the independents more than the big dogs because big dogs had the money to adjust, whereas it could break a little guy's business, right? It just succeeds in throttling competition. Always cheaper to replace parts. No, Cascade, did you not pay attention? Go watch Big Rick CEO's video. And I will tell you what just happened to a friend of ours. You also have to account for an APU on a new truck. And I will get a new carrier like that. I have no hesitation getting a new carrier. I think Thomas has got it wrong. OIDA was against governors, whereas ATA is for the governors. Why? Because most of the ATA companies are government trucks anyways. Burnout is a real issue if running 120,000 miles with large financial commitments, right? So I don't know. Now, let's talk about something completely off topic. YouTube. Let's talk about YouTube. Okay. Why did Steve put a video of driving music to a Judas Priest song? Well, because Steve did some vlogging and either didn't have the microphone connected properly or the microphone failed. And so there was a bunch of me doing this. Yeah, there's a bunch of that. So I had to eliminate. I could have tried to do the Godzilla, dub stuff, but I'm not that talented, right? So I put about 40 minutes of driving footage, sped it up 8 times, put an intro on it, showed James Best, beautiful truck, and in the beginning, and put a song that I like. That was exactly the amount when I sped up all the footage. So I am a failure at YouTube, and if I'm not careful, I'll be a failure at running a business. So the biggest problem with some of the Volvos I have found from working around the Volvo plant is that you truly got to be careful of the new Volvos if they were one of the ones waiting for parts. That's old news, LVC. You need to catch up. Last video was good. The music was good. Thank you, Cascade. At the plant, they got majority of the truck put together, but not all the way. Well, Provost had to wait several months for his truck because they were waiting on parts. Facts, ATA is worse than FMCSA. Just needs some more experience. Well, that's the thing. It's very disheartening when I do all these, like, there was 2 good vlogs in this footage. One was about all the short loads that I did over the weekend last weekend, and then the other one was a longer run that I did. and I don't know if I didn't have it plugged in right or what. So I'm really, I don't know, it's very frustrating because I want to be a better vlogger. I want to be a better YouTuber. I want to do more than just fast driving music videos or talking to the camera with bad audio. I mean, I want to be more than that, and I just can't seem to find my groove. And I've been frustrated many times, and now people say, "Well, Steve, you can invest some money into the equipment, into the time, into the effort." And that's part of my problem too. I will admit that I am the problem when it comes to my YouTube channel. I don't invest in my YouTube channel. I bought this GoPro 5 off a friend that got off the road, and it can take an external light, but apparently I don't know how to use it right, and I don't know how to check it right after I use it. So I might have to invest in the newer GoPro where I can like actually play it on the camera to make sure that it's working properly. And then if I didn't go with driving footage, I could use the phone because you don't want to use your phone while driving. Which, by the way, no, I won't say it. Um, but I don't know. I'm frustrated. I'm down. I'm down a little bit because of it. Because you know, while the Judas Priest video was cool, and that's kind of what I started doing in the very very beginning. If you go to my old YouTube channel, I like picking songs that I like and putting drive fast, time lapse music to it or driving to it. Um, put a computer sleeper. Um, it I don't know. It just I would rather like tell you guys about my day. Pale Rider's doing really good with his. I want to mix the driving. I want to mix music. I want to kind of model it, kind of like what Ratman Roden does. I really admire his YouTube style. Um, I don't want to be just the guy that tells you about his loads and not show any driving or not show anything else. I don't want to be that guy because that's boring to me. So I don't see how you all can be entertained by that. And it's interesting because when I do a YouTube video, sometimes I think about it and I'm proud of it, and then it does nothing. And then there are videos that I just kind of half-ass do, and they turn out amazing. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you guys would, I'm pretty proud of this video here. Therapy. And if you would share that, look at the views on that. That's a video that could actually help you with some of the crap that we deal with out here. Yet no one's freaking watched it. You know? Meanwhile, I say something stupid. Now the CB radio video is doing pretty good. I like the numbers on it. Now, blowout operator, I don't expect that to get a lot of views because it's me blowing out a trailer to death metal. But that still has more views than the video that could actually, I feel, could maybe help you. So, so that gets kind of frustrating too. So, you new YouTubers, you're going to have to learn to contend with that. You're going to have to learn to deal with that. So, oh, accidentally, oh, I'm good. So, all right. So, Cascade says probably setting in the camera. Well, it worked on two of the pieces that I downloaded onto the computer. So I think it just wasn't plugged in right. But the camera literally said mic okay. Um, I appreciate that, Steve. Snorelord, your content is super valuable to our industry. There's not a whole lot of flash to it. The equipment isn't your problem, man. You're just the tortoise and the hair race, right? What you need is to have Pale Rider training with YouTube, since Pale Rider is a master YouTuber. The GoPro 9 is like $200 off right now. Really? There's a GoPro 9? You missed the Snorelord that cusses. I want to go back to my old YouTube days where I swear a whole lot. I miss that. LOL. You connected. Okay, I already read that. I've given up on YouTube for the time being. Not enough time in my day or mine for YouTube. Nancy Pelosi. What's that have to do with anything? Thomas Wilson. I hope Nancy Pelosi does ban social media. Social media is going to be the death of our nation. If it's broken but still works, it's not always necessary to fix it. We still come to your channel in spite of a few mess ups here and there because it happens to us too. I appreciate that, Alexander. Dio, Snorelord, just do you. Your videos are fine. We like authentic Snorelord, which that's why I'm not like at 20,000 subscribers, because I'm not like, hey, how's it going, Nero? I'm not the showy guy. I'm not a showman, and I realize that. Um, just be you and let the chips fall. Charles, I wish Steve and two others, and that's it. I watched Steve and two others, and that's it. Pale Rider's one of the two. You miss the soil that cusses. I get my men at therapy over weekend. Why do you think I have a horse? I get my. I'm not sure what you're saying. It is my escape from the world for a couple hours a week. The best YouTube video is to watch another YouTube video and then go live and talk about the YouTube video you just watched. Oh, James, you're funny. What was the therapy video called? It's called Therapy. Um it's called Therapy, How to Start Healing, Morning Coffee Thoughts. It's right there. So if you guys would, after this live feed's over, go up there and give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to this video. We got 48 people in here. I appreciate that. So California wants to outlaw department stores from having boys and girls departments because it's not gender neutral. Unbelievable. Authentic Sonora is always a preferred. Well, we're definitely authentic. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I don't tell you guys everything, but I'm not lying to you either. I'm not making up stories. I'm not bringing up things that have nothing to do with me. I'm not going to talk about he said, that she said, that they said, that you said, that I said. That stuff's for somebody else, right? To each his own. Tony Truman, hey, I want to see Pell Rider eat broccoli and mushrooms in a video. LOL. Now I'll get banned from YouTube for sure with my comment. Bill McCarthy says, always dig your videos. And I appreciate that. Look, I'm not sitting there, poor woe is me, I suck, I'm not trying to do that. But I am at a loss. I do get frustrated with my content because, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years now. If you combine both my channels. And, I feel like I've become redundant. So and YouTube platform has kind of changed. I like how DIY's got his channel set up. I like how, everybody's kind of changed. Little guy has changed his platform up. Ike Stevens has changed his platform up a little bit. Um, the vlog style is a lot more professionally done now, like from like Happiness by the Mile or Indiana Jack, or Retman Roden, and when I put music in a video, I can't monetize, unless I'm using my own music. But for the most part, like Judas Priest, that thing could get 10,000 views. I'm not going to get monetized on it because it's not my music. I can't monetize that, nor would I. But I don't know. I'm just. I guess the bottom line is this, and this is. I'm gonna leave this video with some advice to you that is actually meant for me. We have to find our way in this life. It's a journey, and I find myself kind of floating. I'm not kicking butt on the trucking thing. I'm not kicking butt at the home thing, and I'm not kicking butt at the YouTube thing. I'm just here. I'm just existing. And I need to snap out of it. I need to snap out of this haze that I feel like I'm in. Because if not, I'm going to lose control. And that's not a good thing. So, that's from the heart, guys. That's from the heart, And I find myself being more and more distracted with things that aren't healthy for me as far as like mentally. Like watching the wrong YouTube channels or looking at Facebook too much or just dwelling on some of the negative stuff that's going on in our country and world right now. And it's really distracted me from the goals that I had set myself up for 2 years ago. And that's why I find myself without a plan. Planning to fail is failing to plan. I mean, and that's kind of where I'm at. What do I want 5 years from now? What do I want 10 years from now? And it's either crap or get off the pot. And what I really, really, really want to do, I can't do. I want to open up that music store, but I just can't do it. So, because there's too many music stores in town, and they're struggling enough as it is because of COVID world, and because I just don't have an edge. Let's go with some comments here. Artie yelling at the windshield. Artie has changed his name again. James says, I agree. It may not get 30,000 subscribers, but the truth is worth its weight in gold. That's how I run my channel. That's absolutely right. Artie changes his name more than I change my underwear. Let's see. Do beard combing videos. I'm sure there's a freak out there who would watch. Growing a YouTube channel is definitely a learning curve, right? And I tell new YouTubers that you got to have a thick skin, got to have patience. You can't just have 5,000 subscribers overnight. So, morning coffee is a solid platform. Yet they don't. I mean, I agree with you, Daycab, but I think by putting the words morning coffee thoughts, I don't think they do as well. If I take out morning coffee thoughts and put something negative in the title, it does better. And that's Google's analytics doing that. That's not you guys doing that. Listen to Miyagi CEO. Burger's giving Britt a compliment. Don't let life get in the way. Chase your dreams. That ninja, I can see you running a food truck. I can see you running a food truck. To be honest with you, I've actually thought about that, but again, that's Johnny come lately. That's been my curse, guys. I'm always Johnny come lately to the party. I'm like, all right, I'm here to make money. I'm doing this thing. Oh, everybody else is doing already. Dang it. That's 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 kind of that's kind of it's kind of the my story. Do I plan on getting my own authority? Marty, that was a plan at one point, but I've put that plan on hold. I'm sure Jeff would be happy to hear that because of everything that's going on in my personal life. I got to figure out this truck thing first. So Playton Analytics, that's true. Cascade. Nomadic, I recently watched your video from Monica to Georgia. Monica is close to home for me. Would you get enough of a charge out of working your creative muscles to make up for lost revenue from playing music? No, Bill. The kind of music I play is number one, the music industry is hurting right now. Live music is almost all but dead. Now there's a few local bands playing around here that do okay, but people are still afraid to go to the bars, and bars can only be at a half or a quarter capacity. And I'd have to be in a cover band, which I don't play covers very well. So no, I'm not. My the train to be a paid musician left a long time ago. You know, I was always about originals and aggression and an outlet. It was never a money-making thing. So title is not why I watch content is. I know. When we start the band up, we'll make millions, says Steve Berger. What do you mean you have to figure out this truck payment? This truck thing, RD. Clean the mirrors out. If you went yelling so much, you would know what I was talking about. I personally like your channel, but if you want more viewers, make some teaching videos. Teaching of what? How to be a part-time truck driver? I can teach you how to do that. I'm not, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a great teacher, I don't think. I mean, I was a trainer. I mean, the people that I've trained to drive a truck, I think are still doing okay if they lasted in the industry. But Hardy, put your earrings back on. You're good at the part-time, I am. I've done a few maintenance videos trying to teach people some things. Those never did well. I think, look, DIY does really good. Steve Berger, I suggest you check out his channel, DIY. He knows how to use the analytics and do the teaching stuff and do the live feeds all at the same time. He's pretty good with it. I was the greatest trainer ever, says Big Rig CEO. Yeah, but your tactics were a little bit more than questionable there, Big Rig. Pre-trip back in, etc. The problem with that, RN, is that there's always going to be some guy saying you're doing that wrong. Now, with that being said, I did do a video where I was showing you with the hat cam how I drop a trailer. And guess what happened? There's no freaking audio. So, out the door it went. If you were a trainer on my, or if you were a trainee on my truck, you had two rules. Never use the words I know. That was rule number one, because you don't. What was the second rule? I don't remember the second rule. Voiceover during edit. Yeah, then I'm one of those guys. What happened to having a thick skin? You got to have a thick skin. I've had my moments where the trolls got to me. Do guitar lessons via Zoom from the sleeper? No, that ain't going to happen. Tell me what you mean by figure out this truck thing. RD, I don't know if I'm going to buy a new truck or not. That's the thing. Cascade says no. Steve Berger says yes. So who do I listen to? We need a RD playing guitar video. That's what we need. We need a Steve Berger playing guitar video. Oh, almost. You may have saved somebody's life with your videos, or at least made it to someone about to jump out of the truck stuck with it. That's got to be worth something. The second rule is do not outshine the trailer. I had two rules that don't hit anything a second. Learn rule number one, right? So buy a truck and I will win my bet. Yes. So, anyways, guys, if you guys got no more comments, questions, or concerns, we'll end this video. If not, if you want to keep this video going and Want to see me do the same finger patterns all over the guitar? Then by all means, start up a new conversation. If not, it's time for me to go to bed soon. So, because I gotta go hunt for a load tomorrow. Steve Berger doesn't. He knows how to play guitar. RD's against me buying a new truck, says the guy who's driving a new Peterbilt. Good night, sir, and everybody here. You and me need to go and find the pick of destiny. There you go, Burger. That'll be a good YouTube video, right? That 5 people will watch. All right, guys. Look, here's the deal. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching this. This has been one of the more populated live feeds late on a Sunday night. I might have to do these more often versus Saturday. I appreciate every single one of you. Be sure to check out the channels that have commented good comments in here. Where is a good restaurant in Springfield? I'm sick of fire and ice. Depends on what kind of food you want, Aaron. Not new, it's a 2018. Well, it was new in 2018. RN, what's a good restaurant? I don't know. Well, okay, Black Market Barbecue downtown Springfield, they're good. We know the owners there. Just depends on what you're after. I mean, there's some good Chinese places, there's some good Mexican places. I mean, just, you got to go beyond the fire and ice, go beyond the Prime Terminal, go beyond Glenstone. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good night. Be safe, be profitable. Most importantly, be yourself. Peace.